For anybody who's been reading the news the past few days, it's probably felt a little like Groundhog Day. Because over the last couple of days, leading Democrats have tried to grab onto yet another poorly sourced, thinly reported, unsubstantiated allegation against Justice Brett Kavanaugh. There they go again, Mr. President.
That was Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell criticizing Democrats who have called to impeach Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Senator McConnell referenced a New York Times article published this weekend. It revealed a previously unreported sexual misconduct claim against Kavanaugh when he was a student at Yale. The publication has since clarified its reporting, writing that friends of the alleged victim say she does not recall the incident. Joining us from New York City is CBSN political reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns. She is in Washington Square Park, where Elizabeth Warren is set to unveil an anti-corruption plan. Caitlin, nice to see you. Why do some Democratic candidates think that calling for impeaching Brett Kavanaugh will benefit them politically?
Well, there are a few different things at play. One, the base of the Democratic Party is still feeling this resentment to Justice Kavanaugh and doesn't feel like the process confirming him was fair and lengthy enough. You also hear from some Democrats pushing for impeachment. Note that the FBI investigation was limited in scope and that steps could have been taken to include some of this new information. However, you have others who are trying to walk more of a cautious line. Amy Klobuchar, for example, who sits on the Judiciary Committee, remember her questioning Kavanaugh during those committee hearings, confirmation hearings. She has said that she doesn't want to go that far just yet, but she believes this entire situation is an example of why more evidence needs to be collected, more questions need to be asked, and this process should be conducted differently.
And Caitlin, what are Republicans saying about this?
Well, Republicans are calling this a smear campaign. They say that Democrats are using this reporting to try to bring things up. They're also saying that the media is mischaracterizing this or using this also to go against Kavanaugh. Republicans, we know, are very motivated by the Supreme Court, by judgeships around the country. This is something that they have proven to be used as a galvanizing force for Republicans. They care very much about this issue, and they feel that Kavanaugh was treated unfairly and wrongly. You hear that coming from leaders across the party, including from the president. The question I have about this is whether Democrats are going to use the issue of the Supreme Court as a motivating issue for their voters. They have not yet established or created an infrastructure to make this kind of a single issue for voters the way it is for Republicans. And that's kind of how they find themselves in a position where the tilt of the court has changed more conservatively. This is an issue that they aren't really talking about yet on the campaign trail. Instead, they're talking about perhaps expanding the size of the Supreme Court and other measures, term limits and other items to address this issue, but they haven't really figured out a way to make this a galvanizing issue for Democrats. And until that happens, they are going to be kind of stuck in this position.